dick lights. Welcome back everyone to part 2 of this little beast. I watched the footage back and obviously I've uploaded the other video, and it wasn't bad. There were some parts when I put the limit up, like when I accelerated, that's probably really bright in your eyes. When I accelerated, for some reason the audio level went up quite a lot. I don't really know why that is, but I checked the gain dials and it seemed fine. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to have a mess around with the high cut limiter, because there was some crackling at the top end. I don't know if you noticed. So I'm hoping if I put the high cut limiter on, it will do that. I'm also going to try turning the gain down a little bit. And I'm going to give auto level a go as well, just to see what it's actually like. It might work, might not. I bought my fanny pack and a belt, so I'm going to try doing some exhaust only noise strapped to my back. I did try it the other day, but it wasn't great. It was a bit too crackly, a bit too much, so we're going to go with a different one. It's absolutely roasting tonight, so if I sound out of breath, I'm not that fat. Corona hasn't got me that fat. It's just partly fat. This is currently, so gain is at 3, which is fine, because when I shout it sort of goes to the minus 12 decibel mark. Let's put the limiter on. I think what that does is if it gets to minus 6 decibels, it will stop anything going over the top. The low cut limiter is still at 80 Hz, because I think if I go, when I went up to 120 Hz in the last video, it seemed to cut it quite a bit, just at the low end. So we'll try that. Did my clap, but I forgot to press record, didn't I? Stupid. My gain is at 3, 80 Hz low cut is on, audio is at 48K and 24-bit, and then my high cut limiter is on, auto level off, because that messes around, that does its own gain on the gain dial. So press record. So sometimes it's difficult to work out where the audio starts for the clip, if that makes sense, or when you're lining it up, even if you do the clap. So, talking of the clap, gonna have the clap. That didn't work. Do you know what it is? It's because it's in my helmet. Nah. There you go, better. That is to line up the audio. So hopefully either way will be great now. Before I put that in there, someone pointed out that this looks very daunting and quite shit. I've ordered a right angle, so hopefully the cable will then come down. But yeah, hold on. I'm actually in a different jacket tonight because it's actually 1,000,000 degrees. Not even exaggerating. Look at my suns. My 2 suns are on. It's great, isn't it? Blind everyone. And before I get a load of comments going, you shouldn't have those on in the day because it's not good for oncoming traffic. They're low. They are set to a point where they're not going to blind anyone. I drove behind my girlfriend and she said that's fine. Should have burn out? No, let's not. Cool. I lied, we didn't burn out. Oh, look at that view. I don't know if you can see that. Looks stunning. I do quite like riding down these little lanes in the evening, just when you're not trying to go quick or get an adrenaline rush. They're quite nice to just wind down, and they end up taking you to some really nice places. But there's a big problem with them, especially this sort of time of night, well, evening, when you're sort of early evening. You get a lot of like clusters of flies, and you end up getting a fly down the side of your helmet foam. It just buzzes around by your ear. Now I've got earplugs in, but like even then it's just this tiny little fly crawling across your ear, and makes me feel sick just thinking about it. That's probably the worst thing that can happen to you on a motorcycle. What I should do is pull over and try a different setting. Should we go to 4? Yeah, the problem with 4 is it seems quite high. But if I put it at 4 and then limiter on, let's see what happens with that, shall we? Oh, nearly turned it off. Hold. I do quite like those. They're the Volvo XC30, I think that was. I prefer the 60, but you don't care because you're not here for car talk, are you? You're the one out of my very few people that watch my videos that are interested in what I'm chatting about. Thanks to those people, by the way. People that actually watch my videos. Right, so that's now my visor closed. This is actually going back towards where I left off on my last video. Voice broke a bit there. I like girls! So quiet, isn't it? I hate traffic lights, traffic lights, traffic lights. I hate traffic lights. That's quite a nice Jag behind me. Jag. Ready? Steady. Okay. Right, shall we do an acceleration in make sure there's nothing coming? What a lovely bit of road. Right. There's a glass on here. Auto level on. So what I've just done is I've turned the limiter off and I've put auto level on. Just because I want to see, is it any good? I don't know. Oh, that cloud looks quite ominous, doesn't it? There's meant to be thunderstorms later on. Maybe I shouldn't go that way. Oh, it's not November, mate. You shouldn't be rocking a tash. Don't get me wrong, the facial hair does look great, but I can't get on board with the tash. It definitely makes you look like you should be an 80s TV presenter on a kids TV programme. Makes you look like you should. I should probably stop saying stuff like that. Be interested to see what this actually sounds like. I've got my visor up, so you should be getting quite a bit of wind noise. The auto level's on and I'm suddenly speaking. So I'm hoping it'll be alright. What has happened to the biker nod? Seems I try and do it to as many bikes as I see out, and so many of them don't do it back. It was part of the atmosphere, part of being a biker, isn't it? It's having that little biker nod and or hand out kind of thing. Say hi, welcome. You don't tend to get it in the summer. People, well, in the peak of summer you do, when you've got the people that wheel their bikes out for 3 weeks a year. I'm going to pull over here. Yeah, the people that wheel their bikes out for 3 weeks a year seem to do it. The ones that ride more often don't seem to want to do it. Really don't get it. Right. Yeah, so I think the auto level on, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, shouting at me. So look, when I talk, it's going so close. I mean, if I just go bang, it goes so close to zero. So I think the auto level's probably not a good shout. Probably just set my own gain. So let's go back to the audio of the camera now. Right, so I should be back on camera. Let's turn auto level off. 80 Hertz low. So what I am going to do is I'm going to put let's get rid of my lapel mic. Right, this is going to look really weird. I kind of don't care. This is going to go in the Krieger pouch that I told you about. I got I'll slide it in. This feels so weird. Doesn't really pick up a lot. All of you commenting going, yeah, it's because you've got a shit exhaust, mate. So it does come up. Start the recording. 80 Hertz is the low cut limiter. The high cut limiter's on, auto level off. Let's do there you go. Lovely little clap for the audio. Sync. Hold on. Now that is what I like. Guy just beat me to sort of say, are you alright? He's obviously a biker. Good man. That was it was a thrifty car rental, so I don't think it's going to be anyone. It won't be anyone in specific, should we say? If it was a company, I'd give you a shout out. But good man. I think the sensible thing to do would be to absolutely pin the living daylights out of the bike, wouldn't it? Yeah, I was saying that not a lot of people do the biker nod anymore, and it's non-existent in London, literally non-existent. You know, like you nod at people just think you're a fucking weirdo. Right, yeah, the wind's getting up and that rain cloud looks very ominous. Oh, I think I might get home before it's too late in my mesh jacket, mesh gloves and riding jeans and non-waterproof boots. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Thunderstorm in these. Can you not see? I've got places to be! Come on! Chop chop! There isn't. Some of you may have noticed in the last Zoom video, one second. Yeah, some of you might have noticed in the last video, my screen had gone back to the old rattly ways of the first Green Lane video. I don't know whether you watched my last Green Lane video where I was talking about the tyre pressure monitors, but there's a massive clout noise in the middle of it where I'd hit a big divot in the path and what I'd done, the screen's held on by 4 mounts. I hit it so hard that I broke the bottom 2 mounts. You won't be able to see, but there's now 2 different screws in there. I assume that is not broken. Ball bags. So it just meant it was rattling a hell of a lot more. Think that was rain, everyone. Think that was rain. Oh no, I don't want to get wet! Ah! No, I don't want to be wet. Oh, see, there you go. I've just gone, the biker nod doesn't exist anymore, and then the guy on a GS just nods at me. The one biker that is known for not nodding back unless you're on another GS that's just nodded back at me. What I'm going to do, because I know I'm talking quite a lot and I'm meant to be checking out the audio from this Zoom behind me, what I will do is I'll just cut in and out when I accelerate. want to be wet! Please move. Right guys, I'm going to sign off because I don't think I'm going to get much time to record the last bit of this video, am I? Because it seems to be raining too much. I'd happily carry on if I wasn't in mesh gear and the Zoom was waterproof. I don't know whether that Krieger pouch is waterproof. I will bid thee all farewell. What is this guy doing? Mate, why are you doing 23 miles an hour?